Hey guys, this is GWA Network here. I'm your host, Curtis Smith, and today I'm on part 43 of Home Gym Construction. And today, I'm going to keep destroying these blocks right here. This will eventually become the cardio room. If you find it hard to deal with hunger pangs without eating, while trying to lose weight, drink plenty of water. That could help you. Also drink lots of coffee. The stronger the coffee, the better. I'm drinking coffee without the sweetener as a means of, in an effort to help me get even leaner. I'm doing this so I can try to get even leaner. Because that's my goal. To get extremely lean. I tend to do high total load. High weight load. Like total load. Like volume. Like when it goes to volume multiplied by the weight. High workload. Because if you want to be a bodybuilder, not only you gotta train with heavy weights, but you also gotta train with high volume. Go for high volume heavy weight training. If you want to go into bodybuilding. Like if you want to gain muscle while staying lean. When your fat percentage goes down very low, things actually start to get pretty weird. Fact about me, I was once the fat man in high school. But now, I'm a pretty skinny guy. I'm quite lean, actually, for someone who's pretty skinny. After losing all the weight, my goal now is to gain back the weight. Try to gain it back in muscle mass and subcutaneous fat too. Try to go for the stout strength. Kind of like off-season bodybuilders when they're bulking up. Kind of like those off-season bodybuilders? Yeah, kind of like that. But if you're going to try to get extremely lean, be careful when doing that. Or else you could risk damaging your, causing bone deterioration if you get too lean. (18 to 25% body fat for a man, that's just an average. That is just a global, that's just an average. It's just an average. Overweight simply refers to having a BMI of over 25 kilograms per meter squared. Not all overweight people are over fat. Not all overweight people are over fat. In fact, some overweight people are already under fat. Meaning, even though their BMI is above 25, their fat percentage is below normal. Kind of like how my fat percentage is kind of below average. The reason it looks as if I have a lot more fat than just 14% body fat, a lot of it's because I don't store much visceral fat at all. I don't store much visceral fat. That is the really bad fat type of, that's the worst type of body fat there is. Want to know how sumo wrestlers stay so healthy even though they're obviously morbidly obese? They store fat differently. Almost all the fat they store is just beneath their skin. That's how they stay so healthy despite morbid obesity. They're quite brutal when it goes to their training. Unlike bodybuilders, strong men cannot afford to get extremely lean. Because they need that fat so they can maximize. Because there's an optimal fat percentage for your strength. If you go leaner than that, you're going to lose muscle mass, and subsequently your strength. Which is why most strongmen tend to have about 20% body fat. 20 to 30%. They tend to stay within 20 to 30% body fat. My goal is to eventually go to the level of Ronnie Coleman in bodybuilding. Completely on a vegan diet. Completely on a vegan diet. I'm going to try to get to the level of Ronnie Coleman. Without trying to get that roid gut. Also known as Palumboism. Roid gut is also known as Palumboism. Why is it called Palumboism? Dave Palumbo is the most well-known case of it. But Big Lenny, he had it even worse than Dave Palumbo. Big Lenny had an even worse case of Palumboism. Ronnie's case of Palumboism wasn't as bad as Dave. He still had Palumboism, but wasn't as bad as neither Dave Palumbo nor Big Lenny. Unlike Arnold, who took steroids to get really huge, I'm gonna stay far away from steroids while trying to get the body I want. Because I don't want to end up with a heart attack as a result of steroids. Steroids are actually really bad for your heart. Like those anabolic steroids are sometimes sold in gyms. Yes. Like exercise gyms. Gotta watch out for if you're hitting the gym, gotta watch out for slang terms like gym candy. Because candy in the gym could be a slang term for steroids. Go towards protein stuff, like instead of gym candy. Like protein supplements. And yes, there are vegan protein supplements too. Especially since I'm a strict vegan. future bodybuilders, for those who are going into bodybuilding, stay the hell away from. I encourage you to stay the hell away from steroids, because you might get an advantage from steroids, but that could cost you your life. That advantage could actually cost you your life and your health. Like, that could cost you your health and possibly even your life. This is why I don't do steroids. You should value your health as much as you would your physique in bodybuilding. You should value your health as much as you would your physique. And some bodybuilders hide the fact that they are taking steroids. Like, they lie about being natural even though they're on steroids sometimes. Cholsoon's natty status is it's kind of questionable. Once I run out of ideas for videos on Minecraft, I might go towards GTA 5, as well as natty or not. I know Arnold Schwarzenegger is not natty, as he openly admitted to taking steroids. And that could actually catch the police, that could actually draw attention from the police. Especially if drug laws are very strict. I kind of learned that from a man named Richard Burgess, who's also known as Vegan Gains. One obvious sign that someone claims to be natty even though they're not, like one of the red flags to show if someone's on steroids, you've got to look for signs. Obvious signs of steroid usage, like gyno, as well as severe acne all over your face and upper body. You've got to look for excess body hair growth. The reason why my second cousin Paul looks a lot more jacked than I do, even though I train about as hard as he does, if not harder, you gotta take height into account. Because shorter guys actually have it pretty easy. You gotta take height into account, because, you know, shorter guys have it easier, since they don't need to gain as much weight. To look jacked. Which is actually kind of true for Tristan Lee. I agree with Richard Burgess over if Tristan Lee's natty or not. And Arnold Schwarzenegger's not the only one who openly admitted to taking steroids. Rich Piana also admitted to taking steroids too. Most bodybuilders don't talk about their steroid usage or what drugs they use. Because that main reason they don't talk about it is that could draw attention from... It's not just because they would lose their reputation, but it's mainly because that could draw attention from the police. That could actually draw attention from the police. Some bodybuilders claim the fake natty thing to tell the who are on steroids. Some of them actually claim fake natty to tell the police that they don't do those drugs. What I am, is I'm going towards natural vegan bodybuilding. I'm gonna prove to the world that even vegans can get really good physiques too. For me, why I stay the hell away from steroids as I'm building muscle? I see my health is of utmost importance when it goes to building muscle. Being healthy is kind of crucial if you want to win several competitions in bodybuilding, because naturals, on the other hand, oftentimes live longer than the steroid users. That kind of explains what caused Rich Piana's untimely death. His death should let us know that we should stay the hell away from steroids. His death is kind of a reminder that we should stay far away from steroids. If Rich Piana was still alive, I'd probably end up meeting him. If he was still alive. But sadly, he is 6 feet under, which means I can only visit his grave. If I wanted to see him, I would only be able to visit his grave. But even though Rich Piana is dead, his legacy still lives on. His death is a reminder to a lot of bodybuilders that steroids can cause a lot of health problems. It's especially true, like with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He ended up having a heart attack after a long time of steroid usage, yet he survived. Yet he survived his heart attack. He ended up surviving his heart attack, fortunately. After the heart attack, he ended up being open about it. Like, becoming more open about his previous steroid usage. The health problems associated with steroid usage, I'd stay the hell away from steroids. Rich Piana's death is a reminder that you should not take steroids, kids. My goal is to fill in the gap left behind by Rich Piana. And go towards the Olympia level bodybuilding. Completely natural, completely on a vegan diet. The death of Rich Piana is basically an example of why you should not take steroids. This is why I don't take steroids. You should stay far away from steroids. Because of what happened to a lot of those bodybuilders who ended up dying so young after taking a long time several cycles of steroids for too long. This is what could happen to you if you take steroids. The ultimate cost of using steroids to improve your physique could be your life. I know it's pretty sad. And his death, like Rich Piana, his death is a reminder to a lot of bodybuilders that you should not take steroids to gain an advantage. His death is basically a reminder that you should not take steroids. Steroids can kill you. Plus, another reason you should stay away from steroids is you don't want to, probably wouldn't want to end up with a roid gut. Because that's not what we want in bodybuilding. We want that V shape that is ultra shredded, stuff like that. Not that big bubble gut you see in some steroid users. As always, this is GWA Network signing off. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more. Don't forget to leave a like if you like this video. Dislike if you disliked it. Subscribe for more. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook for more content like this. And as always, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more. And until next time.